And today we're going to be talking about sales incentives. Now, a lot of you have probably used these in the past, but sometimes we forget to employ this strategy. It's a great way to get in front of clients, and I've seen a lot of different sales reps use this in their strategies. And so there's a few different ways that we can do this. Typically, we're going to be using an Amazon gift card. It's the most universal and most applicable type of gift card that we can use. So you could also use a Visa gift card, but not all companies will allow you to do something like this. A lot of different companies have rules against this, but it's just something that your prospect will have to share with you. But a lot of times when it comes to getting in front of clients, part of the customer acquisition cost will involve a gift card, just because we need something a little bit different. Oftentimes gift cards are used for basically just having an appointment. I've seen a lot of companies have success with $500 gift cards in exchange for audits or for attending a webinar. Typically, though, you're only going to want to invest in what we call audits, and there's a wide variety of audits that we're talking about. We're not talking about a traditional audit, but more of like a bill review. And so essentially what you're doing is you're calling it an audit because it provides more value than a bill review or a comparison. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to see, is there an opportunity for them to actually leverage your service? And so when employing this type of sales technique, you're going to want to use an audit strategy, because that will allow you to get a much higher conversion rate. People will take appointments, but it won't necessarily always translate to sales. A lot of times they'll just sit on the appointment. But when you can do an audit, it really does make a difference, because at the end you can share with them, look, if you did it just for the gift card, I understand, but here's at least the numbers that I came up with and what you're doing wrong and what we can do to help. And so audits are definitely much more effective. Now, if you run an audit, what you're going to do is the next step is to offer an experiment. So you never want to just jump in to rehaul the entire platform. But the easiest way to get anybody to adopt new technology is to run an internal experiment. So you can set up a free trial, negotiate with your vendors. You can add a few seats and see how that runs. But experiments are a way to label adoption without risk. And so we've done a few trainings on this, a few examples, but experiments are really the next step in taking audits and then saying, look, I think we can make a big impact on your business. Here's what I saw. This is what we can do. Maybe we change a few of your sites to SD-WAN, or maybe we move half of your seats over to this solution and just see what happens. And so the experiments help you ease your way into the deal, which is the easiest way to do so. So that's really it for today. If we go back just to kind of summarize, as far as one question that comes up a lot is how big of an incentive should I offer? A lot of studies have found that it doesn't necessarily matter how much the gift card is, although you will get different results, obviously, for larger quantities. But you may find that a $15 gift card is just as effective as a $500 gift card, but it may also depend on the size of the industry and what you're actually doing. So run some experiments. I would recommend running a $40 gift card. That's probably strong enough so that you don't have to actually spend a lot of money, but you also want to make sure that you balance it, and so test different incentives. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to reach out and say, look, I would love to do an audit, see if we can save you some money. And in exchange for this opportunity, I'm offering an Amazon gift card. You don't necessarily have to specify how much the gift card is. If once they ask and get into the details, once you have that dialogue going, which is really one of your primary goals, then you can specify the amount of $40. Or if you want to go above that, that's fine. But from there, basically you'll ask them, well, tell me a little bit about your services today. How much are you paying? Who are you using? What are you doing? And then prepare a proposal. Do a black and white comparison, and then say, look, I found some areas that we can make some improvements, but I don't want you to have to essentially start over and do a forklift type change. What I'd like you to do is to simply test it, see if it works. I believe that it works. The numbers look good, but before we go down that path, let's run this experiment. And so you'll find that that'll be a pretty easy transition, and that offering financial incentives like gift cards will go a long way in higher conversion rates. So next time we get together, we're going to be talking about webinar sales strategy. So this is a great strategy to get in front of clients, what works, what doesn't, and how to leverage that. So until next time, hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.